Hey guys, today's Thursday, May the 25th of 2023, and I want to go over the dollar, energy, metal sector. So buying for a delay. Let's get into it. As you can see, crude oil on the weekly, still in a squeeze play. Pressure looks like from the time frame on the weekly, looks like it wants to go down, but the weekly candle is positive, but within the mobile band. So we need to break above 78.36 for maybe a nice little continuation test, 83.53. On the daily, it's positive above the mobile band, so it's looking good. Just had a nice little pullback. Let's see if maybe today or tomorrow we could close above this high of 74.58. If it closes above and pushes higher, chances are I may want to test this area right here. RBOB is in the same situation. Weekly is in a squeeze play. Looks like it wants to go lower. Although on the daily, it's strong and it looks like it wants to grind higher. So you got, two things that are conflicting. From my experience, I always go with the bigger time frame just because of the squeeze play. It's just telling me, there's a possibility that the pressure's to the downside and we just kind of getting a dead cat bounce. But so far, the weekly is positive. It was going to make this weekly very positive. We close above 270. Same for crude oil. We close above 78.36. That's going to make it more realistic for the bulls to continue. But right now, it's in chop mode. It's in the mobile band, so it's not really doing much until we close above there. In regards to natural gas, kind of the same thing. We were going very positive last week, and then we kind of pulled back, which I was kind of saying. Histogram is showing that it wants to go higher, and the daily is just chop. You're dealing with between 253 all the way to $2, and it's in the mobile bands, but still positive. But you can see that the candles are full, so it's like a little weakness, but the trend is still kind of up. Once we close below 232, then watch out. 231, 232. That means that maybe it may want to test 230. We have this pretty much is the week where it's either going to go up and finish strong in May, or from here it just kind of dwindles and goes sideways to lower. We already ran out. This is probably it on the 19th. It didn't really, they probably pulled the rug earlier. So we'll see. But so far, this is what it is. I know June and July are seasonality wise are kind of weak, sideways to lower. But the good thing is that there's a battle of indicators like techniques. You got seasonality that's showing, you could go sideways to lower June, July, but in June on the weekly cycle, you have it already bottoming out, pointing up. So which one is going to win? We'll see. Price action is king. It's going to tell us what it's going to do. Heating oil, same thing. Just kind of chop. Can't really close above 242. Just kind of going sideways in the mobile band. So I wouldn't trade it, although the squeeze play looks like the pressure is to the upside on the daily. And on the weekly, there is no squeeze play. But yeah, I could see it maybe want to pop here for whatever reason. But the price action is not doing that yet. Let's go to the metals real quick and see what we got there. My computer's a little slow. PPS sell signal. We're pushing lower, so always go with the path of least resistance is up, but you can see that there's a correction. You know why? King dollar. He's pushing higher. The easiest way to manipulate the gold in the metal sector is push the dollar up. So that's a tip for you if you want to know, or if you don't know. Watch the dollar. You see gold go opposite. Sometimes they go together. It's an odd thing, but majority of the time, if the big players and the powers that be want to control it, they just have to just buy the dollar and push it high, which is easy for them. As you can see, we're pushing lower. The squeeze play, the pressure's to the downside on the daily. You can see that the histogram is showing weakness. So just if you're short, continue holding on because the dollar is going to go higher. You can see divergence here on silver, pushing lower. We took out 2350, so it's going to push lower. Next target will be all the way 2203, all the way to 20. So if you're short, just continue writing it down. For gold, probably be around 1829, somewhere around there. They'll probably find support and see what happens. Copper, same thing. Pressures to the downside. I guess we're getting close to 354. If that doesn't hold, obviously $3.13. It can't hold 407, 408. Once it closes above 407, 408 and 435, you have a big chance to test 5, but that's not happening on the weekly. Squeeze play triggered short. You can see the green dot right there. You can see on the daily, it's just making lower lows and lower highs. Platinum, sell signal on the weekly, PPS sell signal. And it's, let me open this up a little bit. It's kind of, yep. We already took out 1041. Next level will be 900 pretty much. Although it's showing positive histogram, price action is king. Once it breaks the mobile band at 1014, look out, it's going to probably push lower. On the daily, you see it right here also. 1043 already failed. It might probably want to go and test it from below. And if that fails, then they're really going to pounce on it. Your next target would be 1011. You could even say all the way to 954. Squeeze play trigger on the short side on the daily. Let's go to Palladium. That's PA. And look at that. Sell signal on the weekly. Broke the mobile band. So that's it. Pressures to the downside. Even though the histograms are positive, you can see that things could change quickly. That could happen in natural gas too. You always got to be careful. That's where you trade your stops. You can see on the daily, 1406, it's below it. I'm sure maybe you want to test it from below. And if that fails, that's when the bears are going to pounce. So they're going to, the more careful bears will wait for a retest of that level. And if it can't penetrate and shows weakness, they're going to really push it even lower, all the way to probably 1333. The dollar, King Dollar. Look at that. I've been telling you guys, I've been watching my videos since around here. Watch the dollar. Fail new low. FNL. Fail new low. We never took that out. There was something up why we didn't take it out. Somebody kept buying it, building a position. Every time they push it, they're just building a position. And when the timing was right, they squeezed it up and pushed it higher, bringing pressure. So if you were shorting the metals, you're in the money now. And now the dollar is grinding higher, even above the 50% from these swing points. So it's even better. Resistance, well, this angle right here from the Gann fan, you got the 25% coming up right here, 104.61. And obviously test the high of 105.88. Let's go. Let's close this out here. Let's look at some more key levels here. Bear camp. We broke value area high right here, which is 103.76, and it's even grinding higher and pushing. So we penetrated the bear camp, which was right here. And if we find support here and then just do another leg higher and take out whatever high, I'm just speculating right here. I don't know if it's there, but over it's here. It pushes lower, and then it just takes out that high. Believe me, it's going to test 105. It's going to go straight up there and test it. And then we'll see if it's going to stall here or if it's going to continue pushing higher. Let's go into Simple Glance. Wanted to show you something. Remember on the Simple Glance linear regression channel, natural gas, when it was hitting here and then it pulled back hard and it's in the cloud now? Look what happened to dollar, King Dollar. Hit the value area high and now it's still pushing higher. So you know what that means? That sometimes the linear regression channel doesn't keep things in check for it to pull back. So what you got to do as a student trader is price action is king. Whatever it's going to be doing, you follow that. There's indicators and things that show you, yeah, it's going to probably stall here. But if price action is pushing and pushing higher, then you got to go with the flow. You got to go with what the price action is doing in volume. And you can see that now the linear regression channels have extended and now they're just grinding and pushing higher and expanding because price action is still expanding and pushing higher. So you want to follow that. Those are little nuances. You remember, if you look at my natural gas video, it stalled right here, and the linear regression channel was somewhere around here, and then it just pulled back really hard, and I think it's somewhere around here, or, you know, whatever you look at the video back then. But you can see that here, it didn't do that. It's avoiding the cloud, and it's pushing higher, so that is strong. Look, we're about to turn positive on the Akumo cloud on the daily, so that's looking pretty good. We hit the point of control already, which is a 104.20. MACD is positive. Looks like the candle on the monthly is about to turn. You can see a hockey stick setting. So there's a lot of pressure to the upside. And that's it. Let's look at levels before I get out. Daily was 104.19. And that's for the daily. Pivot right here on the weekly. It's finding support at the 103. For this week, if it's gonna finish strong, 104.33 is very realistic. That's the weekly pivot high. And you can see already right here, wow, what is this? This is 104.18 and 104.19. We already hit the monthly extended pivot high right here. So, man, if you are long here, this is good. You're really good. Your daily, weekly, monthly looking good. I think it's eyeing the 50% from the yearly, which is 104.69. I think it's going straight up there. And then if it could close up there, you're going to test 105.88. Look at our score of 9. We're already at 104, which is somewhere around here. Yeah, so 105 and then 106, 180. Let's see what happens once we get here. And if we could continue pushing higher, keep an eye on 108 at an angle of 114. I'm going to sign out. Hopefully you like this video. I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on the dollar, on energy, and the metal sector.